After finding out that the guy I secretly loved on a dating app was my roommate, I realized I wasn't straight. I matched with him on a rainy Thursday. The profile was vague, no face, just a low-light photo of a hoodie and jeans, and a short bio. Looking for something real. No games. His name was Jay. He messaged first. That should have been my first clue. Jay was clever. Funny in a dry, effortless way. And the way he always asked about my day. The way he remembered the tiniest details. We talked for a week. Non-stop. Day and night. Felt insane how fast he got under my skin. Then he said, "I feel like I already know you." He did. Because Jay wasn't a stranger. Jay was Jason, my roommate. And I was in love with him. Jason moved into our tiny dorm at NYU 3 months ago. He was everything I wasn't: athletic, charming, the kind of beta who had no clue just how attractive he was. We clicked instantly, though. We shared playlists, coffee orders, 3 a.m. ramen runs, and whispered conversations about life and dreams that felt far too intimate for two people who were just friends. He never judged me for being a little quieter, more introspective. He never once made me feel weird for being an Omega who hadn't presented yet, who hadn't dated, who hadn't even figured out if he liked girls, boys, or anyone at all. Until Jason. The moment I realized the guy I'd poured my heart into online was the same person I fell asleep next to every night across the room, the floor dropped out from under me. It wasn't just the betrayal of fate's cruel irony. It was the terrifying truth staring me in the face. I wasn't straight. I didn't say anything at first. I pretended like I hadn't figured it out. But suddenly everything Jason did felt different. When he shared fries with me, it felt like intimacy. When he laughed at my lame jokes, it felt like flirtation. When he fell asleep with his head tilted toward my bed, I wondered if he ever dreamed of me. The messages continued. Jay told me he liked my writing. He quoted things I'd said. He talked about how lonely college felt, even with people around all the time. Jason said the exact same thing the night before. It was killing me. One night, he climbed into my bed after a horror movie and fell asleep there, his back pressed against mine. I lay there for hours, paralyzed, breathing in sync with him, knowing I was in too deep. That night, Jay messaged, "I think I'm falling for you." I stared at the screen for hours. My thumbs hovered. I almost typed, "I think I know who you are." But I didn't. Instead, I ghosted him. The silence between me and Jason grew, subtle but sharp. He noticed. "You okay?" he asked one night, folding laundry in our room like he wasn't shattering my heart just by existing. "Yeah," I lied. But it didn't last. A week later, Jason looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You stopped messaging me." My stomach dropped. "What?" "I know it's you, Eli," he said quietly. "I figured it out 2 days before you stopped replying." Couldn't breathe. "How?" He gave a crooked smile. "You told me you hated cilantro. You're the only person I know who rants about herbs like that." I wanted the floor to swallow me whole. "I was scared," I admitted. "I was too." We stood in the middle of our dorm room, the hum of the heater buzzing in the background, as if the universe was holding its breath for us. "I didn't want to lose you," I whispered. "As a friend. As anything." Jason stepped forward, eyes soft, voice shaking. "I don't want to be your friend." And then he kissed me. Loving Jason wasn't easy. We had to untangle everything: our friendship, our assumptions, the way society tried to box us in. I'd always been told to wait until I presented before thinking about love. But love didn't wait. It crept in through quiet mornings and late-night laughs. It bloomed in the shared silences and the warmth of his hoodie draped around my shoulders. Jason told me he didn't care if I was Omega, Beta, or anything else. He said, "I fell for your heart, not your biology." We navigated it all: my coming out, the fear of rejection from my family, the stares when we held hands in public. But through it all, he never wavered. Not once. And neither did I. On our 1-year anniversary, we went back to where it all began. The dorm was now housing freshmen, but we walked the halls like old ghosts. We stood outside our old room and smiled. "I still can't believe it was you," I said. Jason grinned. "You're the best mistake I ever made." He handed me a small box. Inside was a key to our new apartment in Brooklyn. "I want to keep choosing you," he said, voice barely above a whisper. "Every day." I cried. Not because I was scared, but because I finally knew who I was. I was Eli. I was an Omega. And I was in love. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.